Welcome, guys. So glad you could join us today as we dive into the world of Rapid City Marshals. Hosted by myself, C. Green, Marshals Law on Shady Sports Network brings you exclusive interviews, game analysis, and behind-the-scenes stories of these remarkable athletes and coaches. Get ready to witness the power, passion, and determination of the Rapid City Marshals as they rewrite the rulebook and enforce their own brand of justice on the field. This is Marshals Law on Shady Sports Network. Let's bring the law to the game. This show is sponsored by WeatherTight. Stay protected, rain or shine. What's good, y'all? Welcome to episode 6 of Marshals Law on Shady Sports Network. I'm your host, C. Green, and we got Mr. Sam Shady himself on the back end producing for us. On today's episode, we'll be joined by the Rapid City Marshals quarterback room. All three of these guys competing for the job: Nick Rango, Henry Ogala, and Jack Sheehan. Right now, we're going to be chatting it up with Jack Sheehan. Jack Sheehan is one of the three quarterbacks coming on to the Rapid City Marshals. So I got a couple questions. Phil, he said he was coaching today, so I might touch on that a little bit. But let's go ahead and jump right into it. What's up, Jack?
What's up? How we doing?
I'm doing good, man. Thank you for coming on and joining us today. I know you're a little busy, so I won't try to hold you too long. Are you guys winning at least?
We won the first game. Second game's going off right now. So hopefully we were in a tight one. So hopefully we pulled that one out, and then hopefully we'll go to the semifinals from there. So it's been an exciting day. Yeah, it's a big tournament. It's been raining, so it's been pretty tough.
Hey, if it ain't raining, we ain't training, right?
Yeah.
Hey, that's cool. So you said you're coaching there, right?
Yeah. So it's a 7-on-17 with a mix of different kids from different high schools, and we just go to different tournaments. So I'm the offensive coordinator. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
That's awesome, man.
Staying in the game, giving back to the next generation. So
there you go, and keeping yourself mentally ready, man. That's amazing. So I guess I'll just go ahead and that'll jump into our first question. What inspired you to become a quarterback?
I think it just kind of naturally occurred over time. When I first started playing, I played like left tackle, and then I played tight end. Then when I got into middle school, I started playing quarterback. So my inspiration behind that was kind of just, I like the responsibility that comes with it. I think you have to be very mentally strong. You got to put in a lot of work, and that's something I was attracted to. And something that I've tried to work hard to develop. But yeah, I like the responsibility behind it. I think you have to carry yourself a certain way. You got to be able to handle business, and I like trying to mirror myself to match that.
Okay, I hear you, man. I mean, coming from left tackle to tight end, those are both mentally challenging positions too. So you just kind of walked your way up the chart of mentally challenging position. Nothing wrong with that. So I mean, I guess how do you prepare mentally? It seems like you kind of keep yourself mentally ready, but how do you prepare mentally and physically before each game?
Before each game, I actually like to stay very relaxed. So a lot of guys like, pump up music. I'm more like mellow music. Sometimes I'll just listen to instrumentals. Like I like to just mellow out, things of that sort. But physically, got to get a good warm up in. Nothing too crazy. Sometimes I like to sit in the sauna and things of that sort. But yeah, it's real. I'm just real big on, not getting too high or low, just kind of staying mellow. Because on game day, by the time you get there, you've put in all the work and it's time to just relax and get ready to do what you do. So that's kind of my philosophy.
Right? You don't want to overhype it and start messing things up.
Yeah, for sure.
So this is your second season playing professional football, coming from the IFL. How do you envision playing in the pass-happy AFL, where quarterbacks are known for throwing 10 touchdowns a game?
Yeah, I'm definitely excited. It's fun just to watch the clips, of this style of play, and playing quarterback is it's like playing point guard, and it's really about just dishing it out to the guys who make plays, and that's what I want to do. Because I know we're going to have a lot of talent all around, and it's just all about giving them a chance to make plays. It's the other guys that make the quarterback look good, and I'm excited to just be in that position to help people have success.
There we go, man. And with this newly revamped league in the AFL, what do you think sets the Rapid City Marshals apart from the other arena football teams?
I think just the philosophy, that Coach King has been kind of just telling me about in his approach in terms of, what our scheme is going to be, how he's been recruiting, what the plans are for the organization. Obviously, we all haven't gotten together yet, but just from what we've been talking about, I'm just really excited. I can tell he brings a lot of wisdom and knowledge to this game, both in recruiting and in scheme, and just, the overall philosophy, I think is going to be something that really gels together. So I'm excited to see how we match up versus the other teams.
Right, I'm excited to see it as well, man. And I know you just said you just got to win, but can you walk us through a memorable game-winning play that you were a part of?
Oh yeah, in Green Bay, we went, I believe, in the triple overtime with the Mass Pirates. We hit a Hail Mary as time expired to tie the game, and then we went into a couple different overtimes to actually seal the win. So that one was pretty crazy.
Yeah,
a lot of roller coaster emotions in that one. So.
How is it in the overtime, man? Especially if you're in like a double overtime, what do you? I just kind of threw, what do what do you use to keep yourself going at that point? I know you're drained.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I think when I think back to that game, adrenaline was like so high. Like that's why it was like I don't even know. I could have been completely dehydrated, but I was like going 110, just because there was so much going on. But yeah, it definitely kind of goes back to what I was saying with my pregame stuff. It's more about just still trying to stay mellow in those moments. So that's kind of how we got the win there.
How difficult do you think it will be to pick up defensive schemes as opposed to the outdoor game, with this league being a little bit quicker and faster paced?
Yeah, I think that it being a little bit faster paced actually puts a lot more. It's a little bit harder, just because it is faster, but I think the reads become more simple, and I think as a quarterback it does create an advantage because it makes you start to think really fast pre-snap as well. So I've noticed that just playing in the IFL, that even if I go run some outdoor concepts away from arena ball, I've noticed my thought process is a lot faster. My brain moves a lot quicker. And I think that's the biggest advantage that arena ball creates is learning to speed up that process, but also simplify your reads, and you become a lot more confident in your reads because they happen so much faster. You don't even have time to second guess yourself. So I think it's definitely hard, but then it creates really great advantages for quarterbacks overall.
Okay. And would you say in those pressure situations that you kind of handle those the same type of way?
Yeah. When things get pressured, yeah, I think it's all about just trying to stay mellow as a quarterback. I think you just got to try to relax and just go back to your reads and fall back on your preparation and trust yourself.
There you go. Man, I guess you kind of told us a little bit about what you need and showed us what you have, just from talking, with you just a little bit. But I guess what leadership skills would you say a quarterback needs to possess to see victory on and off the field?
Yeah, I think we talk about kind of staying even keeled. That's definitely one. I think another one is just having a short-term memory. That kind of philosophy. If you make a mistake, you gotta let it go. If you're having a super great first half, you still gotta come out in the second half and perform to create that consistency. So just being able to approach each drive and with a fresh mind, I think is a super important skill to have as a quarterback, and I think that translates to life. Every day is a new day. I say it all the time. It's a great day to be great. Every day is a great day to be great. You kind of have to keep that philosophy, no matter if you have a good day or a bad day. But yeah, try to just keep stacking your good days, and when the bad days come, you prepare enough to be able to handle it.
Okay. Dude, that kind of ties into this next question. I guess. What advice do you have for aspiring quarterbacks besides having that Dory mentality?
When life gets you down, you know what you gotta do?
I don't want to know what you gotta do.
Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, swimming.
That just keep swimming mentality. Any other advice for them?
Yeah, just be a sponge. I mean, there's so much to learn from sort of every different places. Like I said, I'm coaching high school today, high school 7-on-7, but I'm still learning certain concepts that work really good against different coverages, and learning about how even high school guys run certain routes certain ways. I'm adding that to my game and seeing, okay, maybe I could work that into when I play, and it's stuff like that. Just always having that mindset of trying to learn, because you're always learning as a quarterback, and there's always something you can add to your game to get better. So the ceiling, there is no ceiling. It's as far as you want to go, as far as you want to develop yourself. So that's a big thing that's always helped me as I've been getting older. It's just always looking to learn something.
There you go. Is there a book that comes to mind that you've enjoyed reading that you would encourage young athletes to read that may help strengthen their mental toughness?
Yeah, for me personally, I'm in my Bible. That's what I fall back on, to help me stay grounded, help me weather the storm. But yeah, I mean, everybody has their own religious beliefs, but for me, I like to stay in the Bible and that good book, and that has definitely helped me on my journey.
There you go. And what are your goals for the team this season, and how do you plan to achieve them?
Yeah, I mean, the goal for the season is to win the championship. I mean, anything less than that, there's no reason to even come out. And the way we do that is just stack good days on top of each other, like I was saying. Stack a good practice on each other, and that makes a good week. And then you go out there and you win the game, and then you stack wins on top of each other. And before you know it, you're at the show. And when you get to the show, you got to make it happen. So that's the plan. That's my philosophy. That's what I'm coming to do.
Hey, man, I love that goal. Any last thoughts or any last words for us, man?
No, I'm excited. I'm excited to get to Rapid City, get out there and compete with these other guys as well. But yeah, thank you guys for having me. I can't wait to follow up sometime during the season.
There we go, bro. We'll be touching base, man. Good luck today, and good luck as we get closer to the season as well. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me. All right.
Yes, sir. All right, guys. That was Jack, one of the 3 quarterbacks we have on today. Next up, we have Henry Ogala, a player coming from Western Illinois University. He also played for the Iowa Barnstormers for a bit last season before coming over to the Rapid City Marshals. Henry also has dual citizenship in the U.S. and Nigeria, and he comes in measuring at 6'3" and 220 pounds. Well, thanks for joining me, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Glad to be on here.
I
feel like it's been like a year we've been trying to get on the show, so it's good to finally be on here.
Yeah, man. And that's cool, too, to see, like Sam was saying, it's awesome that all 3 of you guys he's been in connection with and contact with. So, I mean, I think that shows a good sign, too. I know you're just coming out of college. What was that, a couple years ago? Back in 22?
My last season was 22, yeah, 22, 23.
Okay. So, yeah, man, I'm glad to finally have you on and have you with the Rapid City Marshals for sure. It's going to be a fun season, man. So, yeah, I guess I'll just jump right into it. You kind of saw the questions we went through, and kind of try to tie some other stuff in there as well. Cool?
Yep, sounds good.
Awesome, man. So, yeah, thanks for joining us today, Henry. I see you got a dual citizenship. I'll probably sprinkle that in there a little bit as well. That's kind of amazing. But what inspired you to become a quarterback?
I think just as a kid, I started playing a running back as a kid, but I always felt like being quarterback was just that premier position. It's a position that everyone always had their eyes on. I always wanted eyes on me. I always wanted the ball in my hands. So I think when I had the chance to move to a new town, I said, I might as well take my shot and try out for quarterback. And that's what I did back in 7th grade. I've been playing quarterback ever since.
Okay. And then I see, yeah, with that dual citizenship, was that over here or was that in Nigeria?
Yeah, that was in America. I was born in America.
Okay.
I have dual citizenship because my parents are Nigerian.
Oh, okay. And do you travel back there? Do you go back there? Or?
I've been there once back in 2008, but it's tough to go there. They go every winter, but I'm always either in spring ball camp, something like that. So.
Okay. Yeah, man. So I see. We do have. I see that you went to college at Western Illinois University. So is this your first debut in professional football?
So I played with the Iowa Barnstormers last summer for 5 weeks. I went through the pro day circuit. Did my pro days at Northwestern Northern Illinois University, and then the Iowa Barnstormers reached out to me mid-season. Said they had some quarterback injuries. They needed a quarterback for a couple weeks. So I went out there. I mean, it was a good experience. Got to do that for a couple weeks, and then after I left Iowa, I was able to go to the XFL showcase, and then I went to the XFL Combine in Texas after that.
Okay, so kind of experienced it a little bit from both sides. With having that experience, how do you prepare mentally and physically for each game?
I physically definitely just stretching, lacrosse ball, rolling out any way I can, always making sure my arm is as loose as it can be, because that's a big thing. I feel like a lot of people don't really realize with quarterbacks, if your arm and your hips and everything isn't entwined, that's just gonna make throwing the ball a lot harder. And then mentally, I like to listen to classical music before the game. That's something I found out actually this past year. Listening to Beethoven a little bit before a game can really calm you down and center you before the game.
Okay, there you go, man. I was in youth orchestra myself growing up, so I definitely get down with some classical.
Same.
There you go. What'd you play?
Trombone. I played the violin before that.
Nice. I played the trombone and the trumpet before that.
Okay.
Nice. So, how do you envision playing in the pass-happy AFL where quarterbacks are known for throwing 10 touchdowns a game?
I envision success. I mean, if quarterbacks are throwing 10 touchdowns a game, we're playing 10 games. I expect 100 touchdowns out of myself. So, I mean, that's really where I'm at with that. Just excited to go out there, throw the ball around a lot, and put some good film on tape.
There you go. Having some experience, with the Iowa Barnstormers, so some indoor football experience. What sets the Rapid City Marshals apart from these other arena football teams?
So far, just in the little experience and the little contact I've had with them, just the transparency, I'd say. I think Coach King does a good job of filling me in whenever I have a question, reaching out to him. He always responds right away. And the owners so far seem like they're really on top of their stuff with the emails that they send out and just getting everything in order pretty quickly, which I like. So that's so far what I can see set them apart from other organizations who, from what I've heard, some organizations can be run a little rough. And so far I haven't seen that from Rapid City, so I'm excited.
Mm-hmm. Seems like everybody's been bringing really good energy from the top down.
Yeah.
Can you walk us through a memorable game-winning play that you were a part of?
Yeah, so I had a game clinching play. So before I was at Western Illinois, I actually attended Lincoln University in Missouri before that. And it was my first game of my redshirt freshman season. It was 10-7. We were winning 10-7, but we were on like our 9-yard line. It was third down. If we didn't get this first down, they would have got the ball probably on like the 30 or the 40 with a punt. And who knows what would have happened after that. So we called a RPO with a slant to the outside. I was able to get the ball off, got smacked, didn't even know if the ball was completed or not until the receiver got the first down. And we were able to kneel it out after that and win the game. So that was pretty exciting.
There you go. Shoot, man. Picking apart defenses, how difficult do you think it'll be to pick apart these defensive schemes of the arena football teams as opposed to those outdoor teams that you faced in the past?
I think it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. Obviously, there's less players. It's a smaller room to operate. But, I mean, I think it should be good. I think, obviously, indoor football is an advantage to the offense. So I think it should be easy. I think Coach King is going to have us everybody in the right position to make plays, and I think it should be good. Definitely going to be an opportunity to execute well.
There we go. How do you handle pressure situations during a game?
I don't think pressure is real. I think it's kind of something that we just make up in our heads. So I don't really deal with pressure. I just think it's something that if you're prepared, you're not going to feel pressure, I think. So I think I just try and make sure I'm prepared for when those moments come in clutch situations.
Right? What do they say? Success is when opportunity meets preparedness. Right? So
Absolutely.
I think you're onto something there. What leadership skills do you think a quarterback needs to possess to see victory on and off the field?
Confidence and consistency. I think you got to have confidence in yourself as well as the players around you. Without that, you're setting yourself up for failure for sure. And then consistency as well. You got to be the same guy every day. I mean, there's going to be times during the season, week 3, week 4, week 5, where guys might be hurt and they don't want to do that Tuesday practice, but you got to come in there. You got to have that energy. You got to make sure that everyone feels ready to go. And everyone's going to look towards you. If you come in and you're not consistent with how you were week 1 and week 6, people are going to feed off of that. So it's on you to make sure you're the same guy every week.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, I was gonna say, what advice do you have for aspiring quarterbacks? But I think that's great advice right there. Do you have anything else you want to maybe put out there for them?
Just take care of your mind, take care of your body. Like I said, a big thing for me was that I really experienced in my transition from D2 to D1 was taking care of my body. Just making sure you go into every week as close to 100% as you can be. And it's a big difference because a lot of guys don't take care of their bodies, and you see it. Like, you may think a guy's more talented than you or whatever, but really he's just doing the little things that you're not doing. And then your mind as well. Football is a crazy sport. It'll break your heart and it'll love you every single time. So I think it's when those bad things happen, you just roll with them, keep going. And when those great things are happening, don't get too high because you can easily fall back down if you get too high too quickly.
Mm-hmm. Definitely true. Well said. Is there a book that comes to mind that you've enjoyed reading that you would maybe encourage young athletes to read? It could help out their help strengthen their mental toughness.
Yeah, mental toughness and physical toughness. I think the TB12 method book. I read that book twice. He really just broke down what it takes to really be a high-level athlete for a long time consistently. He really talked about pliability, which is with the softening of the muscles. And that's really changed my perspective on a lot of things. I used to be a big, you could call it a meathead in the gym. After reading that book, though, I kind of got into other things, trying to make sure that my body was able to move as efficiently as possible. And I think that's a good book for everybody to read because a lot of people think, you lift more, you'll play better, but that's not always the case. You got to make sure you're doing functional things that actually apply to your sport.
Very true. I mean, shoot, look at, Tom Brady. He wasn't necessarily, the most physical specimen out there. And I mean, he's the GOAT. So, that's a great book to read. What are your goals for the team this season and how do you plan to achieve them?
Run the table and win the championship. The way we're going to achieve that is just by showing up every day, putting in the work, staying together as a team, and just trusting in the coaches and believing in ourselves. I feel like that's the best way to go out there and win every game, put yourself in a position to win a championship.
Yes, sir. There you go, man. Some big goals. I'm gonna look forward to talking to you guys throughout the season, and we're gonna touch back on, and hopefully, I feel we'll be on that direction. So, any last words, any last thoughts for us before I let you go?
Thank you guys for having me. I'm excited for the season, Rapid City. Definitely expect to dominate this year. Just looking forward to everything that comes.
There we go. Yes, sir. Well, thank you for joining us today. Thanks for coming on, Henry.
Yeah, thank you.
That was Henry Ogala, a player from with dual citizenship in the U.S. and Nigeria. It's his second season in professional football. Talking to him, our second and third quarterback in our quarterback room talk today. So we'll go ahead and jump over to our third guest, our third quarterback. We got Nick Rango. Nick Rango's coming in. He's been around the CFL, the Elf League, a couple other professional leagues, and he's also been on with us before. He is the one that we did actually get on before. So that was about a year ago, so it'd be great to have him back on. As I always say, we love having return guests. That means a lot. So Welcome on, Nick. How's it going?
What's going on, man? How we doing?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for hanging around with us. This is the first time doing this like round table format with everyone, so it was cool. Thanks for being a sport and hanging in there.
No problem.
Yes, sir. So we'll just jump right into it, man. What inspired you to become a quarterback?
So happened when I was really young. Kind of naturally fell into it. Just like I said, Pop Warner. I originally joined football. I wanted to hit people, and I was a big defensive guy. So I was a little hesitant at first, coming over from the defensive side of the ball, playing offense, but kind of found a knack for it. And then once I started playing it, you fall in love with having the ball in your hands and being in control of the offense, and kind of being able to dictate what goes on. So from then on, I just fell in love and never looked back.
There you go. Speaking of that love, how do you prepare mentally and physically before each game?
For me, it's really mental. It's just getting your mind in the right spot, making sure you're going over the game plan with your coaches, getting everything right, know your calls, know your assignments. And I feel like once you over-prepare in that aspect of it, come game time, you don't have to think as much, and you can just go out and play football. And that's just the biggest thing for me, is being prepared mentally and having everything locked in.
There you go. Being around a few of the professional outdoor leagues, how do you envision playing in the pass-happy AFL, where quarterbacks are known for usually throwing 10 TDs a game?
Yeah, it's a dream for a quarterback, and that's kind of what drew me to this league. It's a pass-first league. You're going to be throwing the ball a lot, and I don't know what quarterback wouldn't want to play in a system like that. So.
Right? Yeah, right. You want to throw the ball all the time anyway,
Right.
So yeah, it's paradise for you guys. What sets the Rapid City Marshals apart from these other arena football teams?
Just top down, top to bottom, the goal and the message and the mentality that Wes and Rebecca and Coach King have all set for us, and I think the team's really bought in, and I can't wait to get to camp with these guys so that we can just start building towards our overall goal, which is competing and doing well and winning some ball games.
There we go, man. I'm looking forward to it. I know the team's had a rough past few years, so it'll be exciting to see. All the energy you guys are bringing, it'll be exciting to see what's going to happen this year. Can you walk us through a memorable game-winning play that you were a part of?
Yeah, sure. So I'm gonna go way back to Pop Warner here. I'm gonna go to we were opening game of the season, probably about 6th grade, something like that, and we went to overtime. And this we didn't get the ball first. I was playing the other side. I was playing corner as well, and they ran like some sort of pick route. I was able to jump the route and house it for pick 6. End the game. Felt like a young Deion Sanders out there. So that was what came to mind with me. I don't get to do that anymore, so I felt like I'd bring that up.
There you go, man. Nice little name drop too with Deion. I feel like younger people, mostly. I wouldn't say younger, but I feel like most of the younger people wouldn't say Deion. So that was a good name drop for a cornerback. Heck yeah, man! I bet that was exciting. How difficult do you think it would be to pick up defensive schemes as opposed to the outdoor game, with this league being just a bit quicker than those outdoor leagues?
Yeah, it's obviously going to be an adjustment coming from outdoor, but that's kind of the adjustment everyone has to make. Everyone grows up playing outdoor, and will transition to the indoor when they go to play it. So
Sure.
I think there'll be a learning curve. It's going to be a little bit faster. I think that plays into my strengths really well, with getting the ball out of my hand quick and, like I said, being a point guard out there and dishing it out. But like I said, that comes back to being prepared and really harping on going over stuff with your coaches and make sure your scheme's right and have everything in order, so that way you can play faster when it comes game time.
Yep, there you go. So, I guess it all kind of just ties in. It seems like you're very much about being prepared. So how do you handle pressure situations during the game where maybe the game plan goes out the window?
Yeah, I would say it's just trusting what you've been taught, buying into the scheme, buying into your players, putting in the extra work with your guys, having relationships with each other, being cool on that level to the point where, when adversity strikes, you guys can, lean on each other and know that the guy next to you's got your back, and that way, when those tough times come, we can pull through this. It's just about overcoming obstacles and doing it together as a team. So that's the biggest thing I look on, is being a team guy and developing relationships with everybody that wears the same colors as me. So that's my goal with that.
There you go. And that kind of answers this next one. I was gonna say, what leadership skills do you feel a quarterback you need to possess to see victory on and off the field?
Yeah, I would say a big part of that is self-generated confidence. So it's really to me, it's really easy to be confident when everything's going good. It's tough to be confident when stuff's kind of, because like I said, I mean, football, there's highs and lows of it. Can you be confident in those low areas and know that you can work out of that and do all that stuff? And the other thing I think is being yourself, kind of, don't try being someone you're not. Don't try being a leader that, if you're not a rah-rah guy, don't be a rah-rah guy, and vice versa. Just be yourself, be humble, be a good teammate, and just have your guys know that you're ready to come in and work every single day. And I think good things happen when those things are all in line.
There you go, man. I think that's amazing. That answers my next question. I love how it just flows into the next one, because I mean, that's amazing advice. Is there anything else you'd want to add on top of that for aspiring quarterbacks looking to maybe jump into this league?
Yeah, I would just kind of harp on that. Be yourself, be confident in what you do, and give everything you got to this, because this position isn't really something you could kind of be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. This kind of position is you're all or nothing, you're all in. So be all in, be a good teammate, be yourself, and and just trust the process. That's pretty much everything.
There we go, some Joel Embiid action right there. Trust the process.
That's it.
Is there a book that comes to mind that you've enjoyed reading that you would encourage young athletes to read that may help strengthen their mental toughness?
Yeah, I read this book a bunch when I came out in 2022, turning pro and doing all that. I got to it's Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins, and it's pretty much just it's the ultimate underdog book. About making something out of your life and having strong mental toughness and just developing that throughout your life and kind of making what you want out of your life. So that book changed my life and changed my mindset with everything. So I suggest that to everyone. I mean, I think that's a good book to read for not only just athletes, but just anyone in general who are looking to, better themselves and better their life.
Yeah, man, that guy is I think every one of the books he puts out, man, is definitely a sign of it's a good read for mental toughness. Absolutely. For sure. That guy is a specimen, man. He's great. Any last words or thoughts before we let you go?
I'm just really excited to get to work with everybody. I can't wait. I've been chomping at the bit. It's just ultimately super excited to meet with the guys, the other quarterbacks, coaches, get to compete for a job, and go be a part of this and go be a part of the relaunch of the AFL. So it's a great opportunity, and I'm looking forward to it.
There we go, man. I'm looking forward to it as well as we get closer to camp. Getting you guys in there. I'm excited, bro. All the energy you guys have been bringing, it's been amazing. So thanks for joining us, man. It's been exciting talking to you, and I look forward to having you back on, throughout the season.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate you having me on again. Like I said, every time I've come on here, you and Sam have been awesome. So can't thank you guys enough.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, we'll have you back for sure. More than once. Have a great one.
Yep, you too, man. Take it easy.
Yes, sir. All right. Next, we're going to queue up our question of the week answer from last week, and then our question of the week for this week. All right, guys. So, that was our 3 quarterbacks from the quarterback room for the Rapid City Marshals. Starting to heat up, starting to ramp up as we move closer to the season. I just want to say thank you guys for joining us for another amazing episode of Marshals Law. Thank you to Sam for handling the edits, putting this all together. Thanks to Nick, Henry, and Jack for joining us, as well as the entire Rapid City Marshals organization for rocking with us over here at Shady Sports Network. With Marshals Law, we aim to be, your show to go to and watch and learn about the AFL, to learn about the Rapid City Marshals in particular. We're going to keep you updated on these guys. So I hope you hang in there with us. And as we get closer to the season, we're going to bring you some exciting information and news. You can head over to marshalsfootball.com to get the schedule, purchase season tickets. You can use our code Shady10 for a discount on those tickets. But those prices are already amazing. They're super low, honestly. Even the front row seats it's crazy what they're charging for the season. You can stop by arenafootballusa.com for all the Arena Football League updates, as well as the full league schedule. And then you can always come over to our network, ShadySportsNetwork.com, your gateway to endless excitement and exclusive content. Don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe for all our updates.
I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer.